If you're just starting out in Sengoku Dynasty, it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the building options. But the truth is, overbuilding too soon can waste materials, slow your progress, and leave your villagers hungry or idle. In this guide, I'll show you the best early game building order based off what I've learned so far, plus tips on what you don't need to build right away. If you're following the quest line, the first thing you need to build right away is a small house. This will house you and your first villager. When you finish completing the house, you can always pull up the build menu and add another bed. This will allow you to assign an additional villager to it. This gives you a place to sleep and room to recruit your first villager. You'll just need to build an additional bed within the house. Avoid building more homes until you're ready to feed and assign those villagers. One is enough to get started. Your next build needs to be the general storage. Once you build this, it's going to unlock other buildings that you can build. This might not seem exciting, but it's absolutely necessary. Villagers need access to this to deposit resources. Once this is built, other buildings are going to unlock, so let's build this early. Without this, your entire workflow is going to stall because you're going to run out of storage space. Once your storage is in place, start building a workshop. This allows you to craft and store tools like axes and knives. Having a villager assigned here allows for tool crafting optimization so you don't get bottlenecked and have to stop and craft a bunch of tools for your other villagers. With the workshop, it does come with another bed, so as you see here, we didn't need to build that second house because we can actually assign somebody to both sleep here and work in this production building. Now that your basic tools are covered, it's time to automate wood gathering. The lumberjack hut is unlocked at Dynasty level 4, and this should be your next building. Wood is essential for fuel, tools, and just about every structure in the game. Assign a worker early, and you'll save yourself hours of manual chopping. Once you've got logs coming in, you'll want a food source. I recommend picking either a fishing hut or a hunting lodge, whichever fits your location best. Don't build both right away. One is more than enough to keep your villagers fed while you stabilize. Both of these buildings come with a bed, so again, we don't need to build that second house quite yet, and we can assign them to live there and work in that. The fishing hut and hunting lodge are both unlocked at Dynasty level 7. Farming sounds great, and it is, but it's not urgent right away. You can easily maintain food by gathering or hunting yourself until your village grows. Still, a small land field can be helpful if you have the spare time and tools. Just don't prioritize it too early. At this point, when you're looking to start having your villagers farm for you, you will need to build that second house so that you have somewhere for them to live. In order to start farming, you will have to travel to Ariatani village, as this is where the farming trader is, and you'll need to speak with him to start purchasing seeds. Tip 1. The terrain you build on matters. If you place buildings on uneven ground, it can increase how many materials you need, sometimes by a lot. Try to build on flat land whenever possible to keep costs lower. Tip 2. You can swap materials for some parts of your buildings. For example, you can choose to build a wall without any windows to save on the amount of materials it takes to build it. In general, walls with windows end up costing more resources. You can also switch between different types of wood that you want to build your buildings with. You'll want to make sure that you are using the appropriate type of resource based off the location and how many you have in your wood storage. And last, just remember, buildings are expensive, especially early on. Focus on one project at a time, gather what you need first, and don't overextend. Here's the biggest mistake I made: building too much too soon. Every building drains resources. If it's not staffed or maintained, it just slows you down. Building with purpose, match your pace to your villagers, and your village will grow naturally without burnout. That's my early game building order for Sengoku Dynasty. Simple, efficient, and tested through a lot of trial and error. If this helped you out, drop a like and subscribe, and let me know if you've run into any early game bottlenecks. I'd love to cover those in a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next guide.